Hello friends, and welcome back to the House of Creativity with me, your art teacher, Miss Osina. We are going to pick up with the project that we started last week. But before we get started, I just want to remind you that if any time in this video, during this video, if you need to pause, take a bathroom break, or catch up, or fast forward or rewind, you can always do that because this is a pre-recorded lesson. All you have to do is push the pause button, and then you can either rewind or fast forward or whatever you need to do to make sure that you're catching up with us. For the sake of this video, I'm going to go really quickly because the shorter the video is, the easier and faster it is to upload it. However, again, if I'm going too fast, that is okay. Just go ahead and push pause on your video to get caught up, okay? So last week, we started a reindeer project. Do you remember? Woo! A reindeer project. And so we got to the point where we were right about here. Some of us went ahead and added a hat to our snowman. But if you were not here last week, and this is completely brand new to you, we are doing a foreground, middle ground, and background project on this reindeer. Now, there's a video attached to this assignment tab that will explain what foreground, middle ground, and background is. However, just for a quick review, remember when we are trying to create distance in a piece of artwork like this and making it seem like there are certain things that are closer to us and further away from us, remember the things that are closer to us are always going to be at the bottom of the paper. They're always going to be big, the biggest, and they're always going to be called the foreground. So, foreground is always at the bottom of the paper, and those objects are always the biggest, okay? Then there's the middle ground. The middle ground is behind the foreground, and those objects in the middle ground are normally a medium size because they're in the middle ground. Then there is the background, and those objects in the background are far, far away from us, so we normally draw the background at the top of the paper, and we make sure that those items are drawn small because they're far away from us. Now, we drew this reindeer by drawing one oval first and then another oval for the nose. Then we did like this U shape around the head, for the head rather. We drew these ears, two ovals for the eyes. We drew kind of like a curved rectangular shape for the scarf, and then we drew a wavy line here and then another wavy line underneath. Closed it out with a horizontal line and added some short dashed lines. Then we added two lines going down for the body, some diagonal lines for the antlers. Now, for our snowman, we started with a small circle. Then we came underneath the circle, and we didn't draw a whole circle. If you'll notice, this black line here, we just drew underneath this first circle, down and around. And the last circle we did is going to be even bigger than the second. So we start here, go down and all the way around. We just added a curved line here for the scarf. In the same way we did this scarf here with the reindeer, we drew a wavy line, came underneath it and drew another wavy line, closed it up with a horizontal or a vertical line in this case, and some dash lines. Now, we also drew a hat, which you can draw if you'd like to. And we left the space blank for the nose because we want to add a carrot, but we want to do it not with the marker, we want to do it with just a crayon. And so today when we color ours, we'll be able to do that. So you can also add your dots for your mouth and your buttons and your eyes if you haven't already, okay? Now, we are going to begin. First of all, let's go ahead and draw that hat again. If you haven't drawn your hat, let me show you how to do that. Miss Osina is using a marker. You guys can use a pencil first just to make sure in case you don't, in case you mess up. All right, so what I did is I came underneath here with a line, just like that. Simple, right across the forehead. Then I'm gonna curve it like this. Almost looks like an oval. It is an oval. And then I'm gonna do an arch like that. And I'm going to do some shorter vertical lines for the hat. Okay? Now, we are going to draw the middle ground next. The middle ground is the area that is in the middle. And what are the item sizes? Is the middle ground big, medium, or small? If you guessed medium, you are correct. Good job. So, in the middle ground, we are going to draw a Christmas tree. Now, first things first, let's go ahead before we even draw the Christmas tree, and at the top of our paper, let's add another kind of wavy hill, okay? Make sure it's separate from this line. That wavy hill at the top is going to separate our middle ground from our background. Let's start with drawing a Christmas tree in the middle ground. And to do that, we're going to start like we're going to draw a triangle, only we're not going to close it up, okay? Then I'm going to come in like this, short, go diagonal down, and come back in, horizontal, further diagonal down, and come back in. I'm going to do it on the other side. Horizontal line like that, diagonal down, horizontal, diagonal down, close it up, and add a little part for the stump. Now you can add Christmas ornaments on your tree if you want to, and you can add a star at the top if you'd like, okay? Now, that part is done because the rest of that area is filled up with snowflakes that I'm going to show you how to draw in just a second. But first we need to draw a tiny little snowman and a tiny little house in the background of our landscape picture. A landscape is a picture of the outdoors. And this is a picture of the outdoors, only it's snowing, right? So let's go ahead and first draw a snowman. We're going to draw him really, really small up here. 1, 2, 3, oh. And you know what? I kind of made him without sitting on the ground. So I guess I can draw a little bit of snow there. Okay. And he's really, really small. So I'm just going to draw eyes. And some hands. And you can add anything else you want to add to him later. Maybe a nose, maybe a hat. On the other side, we're going to draw a tiny house by drawing a triangle, a square, 2 more smaller squares, and a rectangle for window and door, and a rectangle here. That's called a chimney, and I don't think they have many of those here in Florida. Most of the time you see those in houses that are up north, like New York and things like that, because they use their fireplaces a lot. And there you have it. So now, how do we make this look cool and wintry the way Miss Osina did? Super simple. We are going to take a blue crayon to lightly color just the edge of our snow. We're going to color our background however you want to color it. Again, lightly coloring the edge of my snow. We're going to add some snowflakes to make it look really cool. You can color your scarf however you want to color it. I put stripes for both of my scarves. Don't forget to add the nose for your snowman. Now, let me show you how to do the snowflakes. This is the easiest thing ever. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Watch me. First things first, remember we want to take our blue crayon and we want to lightly dust a color at the top. The reason why we're going to do it light is because we don't want it to be dark. We want it to be lighter because it's supposed to be the representative of snow. Now, I could have used probably a lighter crayon. This is a darker blue. So probably for me, what would have worked better would have been a lighter blue crayon. So I would suggest maybe we go with a lighter blue crayon for the snow, just to make it look more realistic. Yeah, lighter blue would have been better. Okay, now remember, if we push down harder with our crayon, what kind of color will we get, light or dark? If you guess dark, you're right. If we color softly, what kind of color will we get, light or dark? If you guess light, you are correct. So now we're going to do that for both the lines on our picture. okay? And then we are going to do our snowflakes. Now the snowflakes are going to be drawn really small, and all you need is to know is that all you have to use is 2 letters, a lowercase letter T and a lowercase letter X. Watch me. I'm going to do a lowercase letter T, really small, and then I'm going to put a lowercase letter X in the middle. Just like that. And then I have my snowflake. Now you can do as many of these as you want to. You can even put some up here. Put them in different locations. You can fill up that whole area. You can put some down there. But now it is your job to go ahead and color the rest of your reindeer winter wonderland landscape. I am putting a link attached to this assignment tab for you to go ahead and upload this picture. Make sure that you hand this in and turn this in rather by this Friday. Okay, we want to make sure that this is due. This is the last assignment that we are doing before our Christmas break, which is next week. And so I want to say go ahead, make sure that you upload this to Schoology, and please put it in so that I can give you your grade right before break. All right, my friends. I just want to say I hope that you guys have a great Christmas break, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And I hope that you have a great time with all of your family members. Okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.